All right, joined now by Jace Walker, caddy for Mackenzie Hughes. Winners over the weekend at Sanderson Farms. Congrats, my man.
Hey, thanks, John. Appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, dude. How satisfying was this for you and Mac? You two have been together for a number of years now. He's been having a great run. You've been knocking on the door, and then he kind of finally validated it with a win and nabbed yourself a flag.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, obviously an amazing week, and he's worked so hard, for so long. He's such an amazing guy to work for. Not just treats me like gold, treats me as an absolute equal out there on the golf course, and I think that makes us a better team. And yeah, it was quite rewarding to see the look in his face and for him to have his family get to run out there and stuff. I know he's been wanting that for a long time, so it was really cool to see.
Well, yeah, I was out there last week, and you and I, we didn't cross paths, but on Thursday morning, we were somewhere on the golf course, and I looked over, and it was really cold, and I saw your boy swinging, and he was playing pretty decent, and I was like, man, this feels like a Mac Hughes kind of weather, and then he just absolutely went off on Friday. Huge round, 9 under par, I think. I guess, what did you notice? What do you think clicked for him last week in particular?
I think just getting a little bit of confidence back. Um, he his short game is always world class. He's one of the best chippers and pitchers, and in my mind, he's the best putter in the world. But he's up there nonetheless. And I think last week he just had an overwhelming sense of kind of calmness and confidence about the rest of his game, and he drove it amazing. And for him, the game becomes a little easier. I mean, for everyone it does in the fairway, but especially for guys who are such great putters.
Yeah.
So yeah, all his hard work and he's just so tough mentally too. It's kind of a stat that you can't track, but I know kind of where he is in that stat. I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And what you're saying there, I mean, makes a lot of sense because he was really clutch down the stretch. He made a lot of nice par putts, and you're a big part of what he does on the greens. You're in there on like every read. You do a great job for him, and he made these par putts coming in, and then gets in the playoff. And like you said, he's such a gamer, has such a set of nuts. I guess what stood out to you about the playoff? You went 2 holes with Straka.
Yeah, just his perseverance and toughness. I mean, especially after making that four in regulation, um, and then that bunker shot in the first playoff hole was one I'm sure he'll remember, and I will too. It was not as easy as he made it look, um, but just to hang in there, he just doesn't flinch. Uh, you know, we made a mistake on 14 and kind of misjudged a lie in the right rough on our second shot, which all week we've done a decent job of judging lies there, which is huge. And it came out in the worst spot possible, and a lot of guys would have given in or snapped and he didn't even flinch. It was like nothing had happened. So he's so tough.
Yeah.
It's awesome to work for.
Was there anything you said or did last week that stands out to you, maybe that you're particularly proud of?
Geez, I not I can't say much. I mean, he played so well. We just do what we do every week. I think that's kind of the key to his consistency and our success as a team is we don't really change much. We know what works for him,
Yeah.
and he was going to get kind of his share. Um, I'd say the sternest I was with him was that going into that bunker shot in the playoff. He probably wanted me to shut up, but I wouldn't stay out of his ear about how good of a bunker player he is, and this isn't over, and blah blah blah. So that's really the only kind of talk I can remember giving him. We do a lot of work together on every shot, and I'm just so happy for him.
That's awesome to hear. And what was that celebration like? I know his family was there. Then he did a video. He had a beer in his hand. I mean, what was that evening like there in Jackson?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. That smile didn't come off his face for a couple hours, and then a lot of the members and some fans, I'm sure, kind of hung out and waited for him in the clubhouse. So once he was done with all his media stuff, he came and joined the members and myself for a few beers, and it was a really cool. He gave a little speech in there and thanked me. Most of his speech was about me, which was kind of, he values the caddy position very much, and it was cool to hear some of the things he said in there. And the members were all having a blast, so it was a good night.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, such a class dude. So, I mean, that puts him in the Century Tournament of Champions in January. I think he was last in the field in 21. I think you probably were there. What are you most looking forward to getting back to Kapalua?
Yeah, that place was awesome. I'd say out of all my travels, caddying all over the world, pretty much that might be one of my favorite spots, if not my favorite. So I'm very much excited, and it's a cool little club for him to be a part of back in the winners circle, and with such a small field and such an elite group of golfers, it's a fun place to go, and he deserves it.
And we'd be remiss if we didn't give a shout out to our fellow caddy, fellow Canadian, pork missile himself, Dale Vallely. You got the hat on. I mean, I'm
Right,
sure you heard from Dale.
I have. Yeah, he's him and I are great friends, and I probably wouldn't be caddying if it wasn't for him. We had some lean years together on the web.com tour, and we had so much fun. But yeah, without him, I probably would have stopped this a long time ago. He's one of the best caddies out there, and we can't wait to get him back. But yeah, he's a special dude. That guy.
Well, hey, man, Jace, thanks for taking some time. Great job last week. It was awesome to see Mackenzie get the win and you there on the bag.
Oh, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that very much.